I'm outside the front door of my personal home, and on the front door I have installed Schlage Encode Smart Wi-Fi Deadbolt, basically this thing, and installed that about 6 months ago. So in the video today, I'll talk about what I found about this lock, what I liked and did not like, and what it actually does in terms of making my life easy and the life of my family easy. And that's the model number 489. My reasons to get this particular lock actually written right on the box itself. Connects directly to Wi-Fi or home Wi-Fi without an adapter or hub. So no extra go between devices needed. Remote access really from anywhere. So if I turn the box, a little bit more detail is on the other side, which is right here. Wi-Fi, built-in Wi-Fi connects to home network without additional accessories. So love that idea. Lock and unlock from anywhere using the Schlage home app, so there's no monthly charge for maintaining this lock. It says optional voice control. I've not tested this particular one yet, but other benefits are on the other side. So here it says you can have 100 unique codes. Awesome. Now, this is my personal home. It's not a rental property, but I got family and kids who are in different sports. They want to come and go at different times. So giving them a code versus a key definitely is what I was looking for. And a log. So here it says user activity log. So you can actually see it. I think this was a big selling point. So be able to see when a particular code was used, what time the lock was operated, the kid got home safe, on time, on schedule. So that was important. And then notifications of when things happen. The other things listed on the lock, so advanced security, so it has grade 1 level security, which is more secure. 6 months of battery life. I've already used the lock for 6 months, still at about 55% of the battery life. And we use this lock quite a bit now. Easy installation, yeah, for sure. I mean, I was done in less than 30 minutes in installing the lock. I paired the lock with the Schlage door handle, and it looks really good. The two of them work really good combination here. The other benefit of this lock is it has a key access. So in the event the battery goes down, and we didn't know, I didn't catch that early enough, and so now I can use the key to open the door. Some of the friends I have, they have locks on their front doors, different companies or different type of locks, and when the battery goes down, there is no key. They can't get in the home. They got to have this kind of a jumper set up to jump the lock. So that's a very good feature on this lock. The nice thing is, from a distance, you can't see the numbers on it. If I'm standing farther away from the door, I can't tell if it's a number lock, right? Because there's no number sticking out, it's just a pad or touchpad. So you can see there's no number digits sticking out. No, it's very smooth. Let me enter the code and get in the lock. So that's the sound which tells you, hey, it was a check mark showed up that the door is unlocked. So I can open the door. Close it this way and just press one touch lock, and it locks the door. Probably noticed that when I press the unlock code on the keypad, there was no beep sound on that. That's because they turned that functionality off in the Schlage app, which is what controls this lock. You just download the Schlage app. It's a free app, no charge to use it, and you just control the lock through it. You can have more than one locks installed in the home, and the Schlage app would just have more than one lock on it. From inside the home, opening the lock is very easy. It is very similar to a standard deadbolt that has a thumb turn to it. This one here. So I can just turn this and open the lock. And open the door. It is not a huge footprint of the lock, and if the battery goes out and anybody in my home can change the battery, all you gotta do is pull that cover up, and this is the battery. Just pull the battery, and these are the lock takes 4 AA size batteries. Lock comes with the batteries, initial batteries, and you just replace the batteries. Super easy to find AA batteries, so I'll put that back in and put the cover back. Put the cover back on the lock. The lock has a wonderful feature to auto lock, which is how much time will go by after which it would just lock itself. So I'm going to go into settings, and the second option from the top is auto lock delay. Right now it's set to 15 seconds, which means if I turn the lock itself, which is on the lock position, I'm going to unlock it. In about 15 seconds, it should lock itself. Waiting. Awesome. So on the Schlage app, so I show my phone where I have the Schlage app. Let's go there. Okay. Right away, front screen, it says, hey, the door is locked, and the status was as of 5 minutes ago. And right down here is saying batteries 54%. Now that's after 6 months of using the lock. Now there are three main things here that I can go. Settings, I can go change the settings like door beep. I can change that. The access codes are right here. And if I want to see the history of how many times door was opened and who opened it, what access code opened it, that's right there. Very easy accessible. And if I just want to unlock the door, just press this lock button. And that unlocks the door. So I want to check that now. Yep, unlock. Close that. Press the lock button. That should have locked the door. Checking that. Yep, everything locked. So let's take one thing at a time. So we're going to go to settings. Very intuitive setup. So alarm, I've disabled, right? Auto lock. An alarm is when the door is left open with its sound and alarm. You can turn that on. I don't have it on right now, so go back. Auto lock delay, which means how many seconds after the door is open that is it going to attempt to automatically lock it. Very good function. So I have it set at 15 seconds right now. If I go here and see, there's a lot of choices there. There's no like custom setup, but you can also turn it off if you don't want the lock to automatically lock itself. But I have it at 15 seconds. I can turn it to 30 seconds and let it save the settings. The next one I have here is the one-touch locking, which is when I press the lock button here, it's just gonna lock it. Or do I require the code to be entered? So I have it at one-touch locking. It's a very good function. Keypress Beep. So I have it off. I don't want it to beep, especially in the evening when somebody's getting in. I can turn that to on. And you can see when I press the keypad, now it's gonna beep. So turning it back to off, I don't want it to beep, consumes the battery, right? Turned it off. Wi-Fi settings are your home Wi-Fi settings. This is where you go and enter your home Wi-Fi. I have it to my home Wi-Fi. You can name the locks. So right now, this particular lock is called front door. I can change the name on that. I can call it, if you have it on the side door, you call it that. Notification settings, how often do you want notifications to be displayed? Just like any notification. So you can change that. You can get notification on your phone. And that's about it. Register your product. I have not done it yet, so I probably should do it quickly. Information is the firmware, the serial number of the lock. So I'm not going to display that because that's unique to each lock. But that's what that is. So super easy settings. Now let's look at the access code, one of the main features that we want. So you can see I have set up family access code. My two kids, so each one have their own access codes. And then I can have a total of 100 codes pre-assigned to people. I only have used few, so that's probably about it. So if you have somebody coming in, babysitter, or somebody to walk the dog, or somebody to home cleaning, you can give them their own access code. So let's go back. I can go to the history, and I think that's the key. Probably the biggest selling point is now this stores the activity for 60 events only. That's the so that's, I guess, a little something to remember. I go to the history on November 10th. There are only 2 times the lock was open. Family code was used. Okay. Thursday, not much activity, right? So November 8th, you can see on top is when child number 2 used the code to get in the home. And then when they got in the home, they used the thumb turn to lock the lock. So you can see the history of that is very nice. You can see who's using the code. Firmware updated. That's pretty awesome. Did it all on its own. So a lot of history. I think this is the key, because when I was comparing different locks, a manual lock versus a digital one with history, I wanted to know when a particular code was used. My main driver for installing this expensive lock on my personal home was kids are growing and summer was on its way, so I installed this lock before summer. The idea was the kid's gonna be out and about during summertime, and instead of giving them physical key to a lock that requires physical key, I just wanted to give them digital unlock keys. So there's less chance for them to misplace that. And in case anybody else gets access to that key, I can just change that digital key easily. So after 6 months of using this lock, I absolutely recommend it. It just makes the life so much easy. I didn't realize how often the front door needed to be opened and kids were out and about and doing their thing, especially during summertime. It was awesome help. Huge benefit to the family. This Schlage smart Wi-Fi deadbolt worked really well for me on the front door because it already has a handle that I can use to open the door and get in the home. Now, not all the doors have this separate handle. For example, the door I have in my garage. Here's that door in the garage, and you can see it's just a standard door knob with a key in there. Now, I want to put a smart Wi-Fi deadbolt. So Schlage just started making same thing but with a handle. Just purchased this. This is smart Wi-Fi deadbolt but with the lever. So open this. This is what it looks like. Same thing, Schlage Encode, smart Wi-Fi deadbolt, but this lever thing on that. So I love that, and I'm just going to install that on my garage door, the door that goes from the garage to the home. So pretty much everything the same thing that the current lock came with. These are the levers that go on the lock, and everything comes with it. That's the main lock itself that installs on the door. Super excited about this purchase too. A little bit pricey, but you know, the functionality that this kind of lock gives is just amazing. Very happy with the purchase. Well worth the price.